Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, another update for the Year of the Wolf, and I've been painting this third unit of Grey Hunters. I've done about 10 hours of painting on them, so about an hour a mini. I've been painting the base coat of the grey with Dawnstone Grey. I've managed to finish all of the base coats. What I did is I went over with some very thin coats of the grey, just gradually built up the colour so it's a nice solid colour but nice and smooth. And I did between 3 and 4 coats in total. Now before I obviously painted them, I had to take them off of the bases, which of course is what I've done. So I basically just ripped them off of those old bases. I drilled some little holes in their feet, super glued in some cut off paper clips. Once that was dry, I pushed them into these corks, and this is genuine cork rather than the plastic corks. I then super glued a little penny onto the base, and I've got this magnetic tape stuck onto here, so at least when they're there they're not going to accidentally fall over too easily. Now whilst I was doing those bases, there was something else that I came across which I thought I would actually change up a bit, so I made one last change to these guys from the previous video that you saw, and that was on this guy here, the pack leader, because he had, to show you this, he had this head here. If I can get it to focus, there you go. So he had this head here, which you may recognise from one of my other models. The standard bearer has this head. Now that was the thing with the Space Wolves like sprue from many years ago. You only had about 2 or 3 heads, and although some of them, like the bald-headed ones with the ponytail, you know, I could chop the ponytail off and make that head a bit different, but this one's just so distinctive. So I had a look at my bits box because I was given a few Space Wolf bits, and I came across this head, which I can only describe as the modern version of the head that I had originally. So he's still got that sort of tall hair, but he's got like 2 braided ponytail things. And with my vision of this model having that tall hair, when I obviously put it together in terms of the pose and how it looks, that head just fits on there really nicely, and it makes him now different from my other models. And that's what I'm trying to do. Each of these minis in this army is trying to be as unique as possible from each other. So yeah, really happy with that exchange of heads. Just show you some of the grey works just so you can see it. I won't show you every single one, but there's a few on here. Let's have a look. So this guy here with the whip. Now that whip obviously was a metal whip, and I've been so used to seeing it metal. It only just occurred to me really that I'm probably going to have to paint that some sort of leathery colour, I suppose. So that's going to be obviously leather with some sort of metal spikes there on the end. I'm so used to seeing it as like a metal colour, I sort of almost thought I was going to be painting it metal for some reason. So that's that guy. Show you this one. So this is this one here. Obviously I used lots of different type of legs. You know, those are Salt Marine legs. I've used Corn Berserker legs and chopped off a load of this like chaos symbols and stuff. This guy here, he's got this weapon which he's obviously got 2 hands on the weapon. Now those hands there, which obviously were originally on the weapon, don't actually have any gloves on. Now this top hand, A, doesn't quite look like a bare hand, and B, because of the pose, it's underneath, so you can't really see it. So I'd get away with that looking like a glove, but this one here really doesn't look like a glove. I thought it'd be pretty cool maybe to have a sort of bareless hand there, so I'll just paint that with skin colour. Should look pretty cool. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've obviously done the options over this side of the table. It's the Power Fist, which I'm going to do those blues, the power weapon effects on his fingers and thumb there. And then, you know, just done the rest of the arms really, all the armour. Done the shoulder pads of course as well. So next up I'm going to probably do the metal work, so do the silver. I'll be doing all the sort of fur sections on the wolf pelts, and I'll also be doing probably some of the gold. Obviously when it comes to painting the chaos bits, because these are the Eye of Terror Space Wolves, so they've been locked in the Eye of Terror for 10,000 years. They've basically stolen Chaos armour to replace their armour as it's got worn out. And I'm using Emperor's Children and I'm using Black Legion armour. So what I want to do as I paint them is obviously space out the variants of those two pieces of armour, so that I get the army and the units to look fairly uniformed, and I don't want to make one model too pink and one model with too much chaos stuff on. So sort of mix and matching just to try and get everything to look nice and even. So I think that's it. That's the update. Yeah. So I really hope you like how they're looking so far. I'm going to get cracking with some more work, and I'll obviously have another update when I've done some more. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.